they'll have the
Picture
dog.
me as soon as I get my car paid off and the meteor's about to hit.
Meteor hits the world and the world's like me as a dog in a house on fire and there's a tsunami hitting her and you're like, I can't believe it, but it's real life though.
Yeah.
They're real life. We're all making jokes about like real life terrible tragedies.
It's like comedy, man. It's how we get through it.
Yeah, it's what they call gallows humor. You're up on the gallows and you got to make a joke, man, because you know what? It's the only way we can get by.
It's like that scene from Buster Scruggs with oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name.
Welcome to old age.
Welcome to old age,
man.
dude. I gotta go get my eyes checked because I was trying to look at my license plate the other day, and I don't think I wasn't relatively far, but I felt like I was close enough to where I could read it, and I could barely read it.
Like, okay, I'm getting closer, still not helping. Getting closer, still not helping.
Yeah. It was like, oh no. And then
blue light blockers or blue blockers.
Blue blockers.
Yeah, get you some of them glasses that block out the blue light. I think it might save
I need some
your
glasses
eyesight.
to help drive at night because that stigmatism's getting crazy bad now.
I thought it was there. I thought everybody saw the lights the way that like.
Yeah, the flares and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, yeah, man, driving at night's terrible. And I was talking to people and they're like, that's not how I see it. I'm like, interesting. Is squinting not good? Hey, wait.
Squinting not good?
Is that not good?
Is it not okay to barely have my eyes open at night when I'm driving?
I thought everybody had a hard time seeing at night. Nope. I thought it was just because I didn't eat enough vegetables or something.
Carrots? I think it was carrots, right?
Carrots, peas, one of those.
One of those.
I don't know. I'm no doctor, scientist, man.
But yeah, dude, like, oh gosh. I say it's crazy.
Okay, let's see here.
James Franco, that's who it was. See, it would come to me. I just got to talk about something else.
Oh my gosh, yeah, James Franco. That was something you recalled from that was three episodes. Joey Angel. That was 3 episodes ago. He's like, wait a second, I got it.
No, it's the Back to the Gallows joke where it's James Franco from the Buster Scruggs scenes where he's about to get hanged, and he looks over to the guy and he's like, first time. Oh. Did you ever watch that?
I never watched
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs? Yeah, I gotta watch it.
I heard it's so good. It's those guys. What's
good.
The guys?
The
Coen
brother. Yeah, because
the
they have
brothers, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they got the dude from Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Yeah, he's so good. I forget his name, but he is such a good actor, and he's hilarious.
Such good.
And I've heard it's good. I'll put it on my watch. On my queue. On the queue.
On the queue. On the queue.
On the quay.
On the quay. That's how cool kids say it. Quay.
Yeah, cool kids say that. They don't pronounce anything properly. They don't use the actual words.
They make it words. Like
Did you send me that?
Yeah.
The one with the guy who's a substitute teacher and he teaches kids, or he's
just making up words.
He's making up words, but they're like legit good. Like I go, that's
Pebbles.
Actually,
Yo, this is Pebbles.
Yeah. Hey, that's parked.
That's
parked. Hey, that's parked.
Hey, get parked.
Get parked, man. Oh, dude, I could use some of those actual.
Hey, yo, mute it, dog.
Yeah. That's those are like real. That's real slang stuff. It almost makes sense.
I think it's actual comedian too. On the side.
Most of these guys are those people that you see that are funny on the internet, like on Instagram and stuff, and they're like posting little funny clips and stuff. They're all like stand-up comedians. Like most of them are. They're not just regular. They do it for a living. So you think you're hilarious, but these guys are actually like trying to make money doing that stuff.
They're actually hilarious.
They're professionally hilarious.
They're professional.
They get paid to be hilarious. Not where the rest of us are trying to be funny and doing it for free.
It's doing it for free.
And not being funny. Not even. All right. Okay, Joe Angel. I mean, don't walk me through it, Daddy, but walk me through it, Daddy. Cause I gotta know what I was watching on this next one. Count us in.
In 3, 2, and 1. Pod. It's me, Joanne, with my co-host Sal, and we have made it through our Mecca March.
We're done with it.
We are done with
Done.
it
We're on to something new.
because guess what? It's April Fool's Day today, guys.
Ah, yes, 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 yes. Now I get it. Now I get why you made me watch this anime. Not, I mean, I say it as
You say
begrudgingly. Actually, a couple episodes before, you had the censors bleep me on a word.
I did.
Get get the censors on this one because I'm about to curse you out. How dare you make me watch this? All right, go ahead. Tell the people what we watched.
We are watching a little anime called Lucky Star.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to explain to me what Lucky Star was. Like, why is it called that? Like sometimes you can tell by the title, and then you watch the show, you go, "Oh, okay, now I get why they call it this."
Yeah,
This I have no idea. I do have a lot to say about this, but before I do, how about a synopsis?
go for it.
Okay. Anime superfan Konata and her friends debate the proper way to eat desserts and learn the differences between the flu and a common cold before paying a visit to a sick classmate. That's really all that happens. You know
That's
how
really
I
all
was,
that.
you read the synopsis and I'm like, oh, okay, they say
Yeah,
that it sounds mundane, it sounds like everyday, and then you watch the anime and it's something else and you go, oh,
yeah,
okay, they're just kind
yeah,
of like not trying to give it all away. No,
yeah.
this is it. This is it, Joey.
Legit.
You could read the synopsis. You could just read the synopsis and go, I just watched the anime, and then flip it over and watch the next and read the next synopsis for the next episode, and I bet you it's the same exact thing. I I was like, it started and there were like little like kitty voices. I did watch this both in sub and dub. And as soon as it starts, they're like these little dancing girls doing their little intro part. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, what is this? Like, can you give me just from the very beginning, what is Lucky Star? Like, why do they call it Lucky Star?
Lucky Star
And
is
I don't care about
mainly
spoilers.
just
Give me spoilers. Give me everything.
Lucky Star is just it's really it's
Ye-
a slice of life. So
Okay,
it's a
so it's
slice
just
of life anime. So it's
uh-huh.
just about these four girls who are in high
Uh-huh.
school and it's just going through their day.
You know what?
And the
Okay,
blue
so
hooded girl, the main girl, Kanata
uh-huh.
Izumi,
Uh-huh.
she's like the otaku of the group. So
Yeah, she's an
she's
anime
yeah, she's
fan.
anime nerd. Because in our first scene, because she's even though she's like a nerd and stuff, she's still kind of athletic and somewhat smart. Because in the
Sh-
first scene after the dancing, they're at like a track meet,
Uh-huh.
and it looks like she just easily beats everybody, like
Uh-huh.
without any
Without
kind
any
of
try.
effort.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, because one
But
of
they're
their
like,
classmates, yeah, her classmate asked her, is like, aren't you any
weren't you on any
like
like
on the sports team or whatever? And she goes like, because if I was a sports team, I wouldn't have time to play video games or watch anime. So she was like priorities.
Yeah, yeah. It is, okay, so like I'm giving it a little bit of I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit, but I'm not too much. It is very slice of lifing, and you know how I feel about it. But this is so relatable. It is they sit down, they have a
Yeah.
scene. So I watched this first in the sub, and I'm like, you know how it is for me. It's more work for me to read. So
Yeah.
here I am reading this. I'm reading this interaction between the girls. They're kind of like talking about, hey, how do you eat this thing? And how do you like, eggs? And do you put mayonnaise on your eggs? And do and like, how do you? And it goes on, and you go, what are they doing? And then it becomes funny because they go on. It's like it's drawn out long enough, and
Yeah.
then it becomes like not funny because then it's still being drawn out,
Yeah.
and then it gets funny again because they're still talking about it. I look at the time, and it's probably like 8 minutes or 5 to 8 minutes of them just like, how do you eat a popsicle like without it breaking? And then they all have these like opinions on how you should be like, what's the best way to, eat a chocolate cornet, which, by the way, I really want to try one of these. Have you ever had one of those, the little chocolate cornets? Like
Chocolate cornets. No, it looks delicious. I
they
always
have,
see them on TikTok or
they have a,
Instagram. It's like,
uh-huh,
oh
uh-huh.
my gosh.
They have a conversation like, which side do you
Yeah,
eat
which
this
side do you
chocolate
eat
cornet?
first?
Do you eat the top part or the
Which
bottom?
really is. It's like How
It is
would you
very
eat that?
it.
Like, what is the proper way to eat it?
I did love the conversation.
Yeah,
Like that is the funniest part about it because I'm like, this is so mundane. It's
because
so
we've had this
ridiculous.
conversation
You
before.
have
It
you.
wasn't
That's the
about
thing.
this, but it was something similar to this.
You do have these conversations about just like, you know what? No, you know what? The best way to eat this one thing, like take the cupcake, pull the bottom off of it, flip it on top, and then you have yourself a cupcake sandwich. And then everybody else will have their opinion about it.
It's like no, you take the two Oreos, you take one top off,
Uh-huh,
you
uh-huh.
double stack it, and then you have your own double stacker.
Yeah, no, no. You take the Oreo, you open it up, you eat the cream inside, and then you dip it in milk.
Then
You
you
know,
dip
like,
it in the milk.
yeah.
Like
So you
no,
have
you
these.
dip the whole thing in the milk, and then you.
So on my, I was at the first viewing, I watched it in sub, and I'm like, what is this? What is happening? You know, Joe Angel's playing a joke on me. He's April Fooling me with this. With the most slice of life, like the most slice of, you know, it's more, the only thing that was more slice of life than this is the way the house husband at
Yeah,
the very end where the cat goes on a walk
he
and
just
all
little
we
walks.
and the cat just really goes on a walk and we watch
Yeah,
like 5 minutes of this cat just like
walking around
looking at
neighborhood.
flowers, looking at birds. This is a close second. This is a close second. Oh, but you know what? Okay, so but I did after the second viewing, I go, okay, I get it. This is if Seinfeld was an anime. That's how it felt. Because they had all these like kind of interesting conversations. They had these funny little callbacks. They have all these kind of like mundane kind of everyday conversations and like interactions that you just kind of go, oh, this is like if nothing were to happen in a show. Like it kind
Yeah,
of is a little bit of that. It's very Seinfeld in its way, and it's they're able to do. Of course, they're able to do some kind of silliness because of the animation and the way they're all kind of like drawn and like the part where they talk about how she came upon this foreigner and she had to like beat him up. I think Konata beat him up, and
yeah,
it's Guile, and it's like a
yeah.
Street Fighter play. Dude, that part I laughed
Yeah,
out loud. I
it's
was
funny
like,
because it turns out he was just ended up
he,
asking for directions.
yeah,
That's all he was doing.
but they couldn't understand him because he's
Yeah,
speaking in English. He's a foreigner, but he's American though, and he looks like Guile. Oh, dude, that part was that's funny. Like
yeah.
it has a lot of those little funny, little
It's almost like
interesting.
slapstick.
Yeah, yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit. Cause she goes, who is it? I think it's, what's the pink curl haired girl's name? They're all like, Kagami?
Kagami.
Kagami? Kagami
I
is
think it's
sick
Kagami.
and she's home sick, right? Is it Kagami that's homesick?
No, it's
Or
not Kagami. Kagami's there. I think it was.
Miyuki?
Hang on. No,
I,
Miyuki's pink haired one.
okay, so I don't even know these names. They were Powerpuff Girls. They
Yeah,
were, is this the Powerpuff Girls? They're all
yeah.
like drawn. This is the way I think anime characters, like when people think, oh yeah, you watch anime, this is what they like the way they're drawn, like little pink
Oh yeah,
haired, little blue haired girls, big eyes, like the biggest eyes, the tiniest. One of the girls' mouths, I think it's probably Konata's mouth, is like she has like a cat mouth. Her mouth is pretty much like
yeah,
no nose. She's got a little cat mouth, it's like a little W. Like I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that she's
The
supposed. She's a little kitten. She's a little kitten. This is what anime is supposed. This is what you look.
Oh, okay. Well, I sent you that little thing, right, where somebody was explaining what anime characters were. It was like anime characters are portrayed of cats.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a joke or was that for real? Because I kind of
I don't
like
know.
they
It
almost
seemed like a joke.
they almost
The way it
convinced
was
me.
formatted, it seemed like it was a joke.
It kind of seemed like it, but then I'm watching. I'm like, they're not
But they
too
do
far
fit.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of like, they have these like little like they all have these little mousy
Hmm.
voices. And by the
They
way,
got the big eyes and
did you watch this in both sub and dub?
yeah. The tones are pretty similar, I would
Right,
say.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say they don't do too bad like in the way they deliver their lines in
Yeah.
both of course, you know how it is. It's just easier for me to kind of be more involved in the show when I can hear them kind of have these mundane conversations. Mundane's not the word I'm looking for. I guess everyday conversations
Every
kind of
day,
just
yeah.
and they at the very end they kind of recall their conversation again. Hey, which side is of the cornet is the head or the spot on.
Yeah, they go through a whole like series of questions and different conversations,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and then just come back around to the original. So how
Yeah.
would you eat that?
Yeah, how would you eat this? And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Like the way they did that. It's like it's comedy. It's definitely comedy. The way they just like they do callbacks and the way they kind of like the slapstick stuff when they go visit the girl or what's her name? I don't know who it is. She visits her. She thinks she's visiting her when she's sick, but she's really there to just like steal her homework.
Yeah.
And she's all like, "Get out!" And the way they cut that, and the way they like kind of like
Yeah.
they do some smash ups, and it just cuts to another scene. I go,
Yeah.
"That's just like comedic timing. That's like really." I mean, I don't. I'm no. I didn't do any kind of comedy, but I've watched enough like comedy things to know that oh, this is like real comedy writing.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, this is
Man.
just like I said, it's just so like slice of life,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
typical everyday
Mm-hmm.
from like I guess girls' points of views, you know, because they're all like the main characters are all females that we follow.
Yep, yep. And the music behind it, it's all that Mii music from like Nintendo Wii. Remember Nintendo Wii and they just like
Yeah,
dun 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 dun
yeah,
dun dun
little
dun.
background
Yeah,
music.
I was like, this is all the Wii. They just took the music from Nintendo, the Nintendo Wii music, and they were like, just put it in the back, put it in the background. We don't have to record anything.
Yeah, dude, just leave it there. Don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. They didn't even change any of that stuff. They didn't bother to draw any of the characters in the background. It's just these characters. That's all we interact with, right? I mean, do they introduce anybody else? Is there anybody else like that's like outside of these Powerpuff Girls?
They'll come like through here and there.
Okay, a little bit later.
But yeah, like with some animes, especially like in manga, like in the background,
Hmm.
they'll just like do silhouettes and stuff,
Yep.
and that's just to make up for time and you know, because there's if it's not relevant, they won't. There's no need for details.
The other thing I got from this too is like it felt like this is showing my age, but in newspapers, you guys, a newspaper is where news that was written down. They put the
It's
news.
what news used to be on
Yeah,
paper before it
they
was on TikTok.
it was on a temporary book that you could throw away.
You
But
had
like
other kids ride their bikes through neighborhoods and toss them
they,
at people's doors.
they would throw them at people. A little kid would wear a hat and he'd go, "Extra, extra, read all about it." The little cartoon strip on the back,
Yeah,
like all the
little
different
comic strips. Yeah.
this show kind of reminded me of just like cartoon strips. Like they have like these kind of amusing interactions on these comic strips that were just like you would see them do something, there would be something just kind of happening that's just
Yeah.
like everyday life, and then something kind of semi funny like that you would just kind of smirk at, like go, huh, that's kind of that's funny.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a
what the
little joke, like a little like leading into a joke, like,
yeah
hey, you know,
yeah it
da
was
da da da, and then
yeah
the
yeah
punchline, bam.
Garfield
Yeah.
hates Mondays,
Hey,
you know.
Mondays.
He loves lasagna, and then boom, that's it. That was the whole
That's it. That
strip.
was, that
That's what this feels like a little bit, but it's like in animated form, which is endearing though. Which is endearing. I think it really feels kind of warm in that way, where you could just kind of like throw it on and live it up, live your life with these slice of lives
lift these lights, especially the end like credit scene
when they're
where
yeah yeah
yeah, the I guess they're at a karaoke room,
yeah.
and then they're just talking about like it's the whole outro song, but
Hmm.
it's the characters are like picking out songs. They're just like what, and then one's singing, I guess, horribly.
Yeah,
And
oh,
they're
so
just like
attitude,
there's no attitude.
so attitude, and she
But
picked
it's
like
like the
three.
easiest way to do it. Ending is just like, hey, let's just throw them in the karaoke room and then just have
Yeah,
fun, do whatever.
it yeah, it feels very
Yeah.
organic. Yeah, like it's almost like yeah, they don't force the outro. It feels like it's part of the show. It really does like feel like they didn't really end. They kind of just move into that part of the. It's pretty smartly done. It's pretty funny. All right, Joe Angel. Now tell me why you love this show.
All right, let's get into
Facts.
it. So, first and
Facts.
foremost, this is a recommendation from a friend of mine from high school.
Oh,
She
nice.
messaged me a while back on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
saying like, "Hey, I don't know if you heard this. I remember this
Mm-hmm.
because I think she read the manga, and she's like, I remember reading this and watching it. She's like, you should watch it. And so this will be our first recommendation show. show that we covered.
Interesting.
So shout out, you know who
Sh-
you are.
Shout out to them to the
You
fans out
finally
there.
made it to the
You
podcast.
you Animaniacs. That's what they
You
want. Wait,
Animaniacs.
should we call them Animaniacs or Animamians?
Animamians?
I mean, Animamians, Animamiacs,
Animaniacs.
Animamiites,
Animaniacs.
Animamiites.
I don't know. It's like that's always a weird thing when you go to different places. It's like, what do you call people? Like you call people
Uh,
whatever
Austinites.
Austinites or
Um, I don't even
then you got
what
other places like
Phoenixians,
Phoenixians.
Phoenixians,
Like what do you call Phoenix
Phoenicians,
people?
Phoenicians,
Phoenicians,
Phoenicians. No, that sounds crazy.
Californians,
Uh-huh.
like
Americans, that's easy.
Americans. Easy. Like it's just so weird when it comes to like what do you how do you call people?
Animamians. You bunch of Animamians.
Animanians.
Thanks, guys.
Animanians. If you know what you call yourself, let us know in the comments. But so going back into the creation. So this came out and it all started with a manga. So
Of
it
course.
was created by Yoshimizu Kagami.
Mm-hmm.
And it was created in December of 2003.
Oh, snap. Back in
So
the day.
that was way back in the day.
Way back. Way back. Some of you
I
weren't
was
even born yet.
21 years
I was 45 back then. I was 45
45
years old.
back.
Yup, yup. I had a full-time job. I had a
Everything.
mortgage.
Everything.
Yeah, it does feel a little, the thing about these that, and I think we've talked about this before in animes, that they just kind of they feel a little timeless, but then you can kind of sometimes feel like the
You could,
era a
you're
little
like,
bit,
yeah, on some of them you can tell what like era they came out in. Like
right?
they're either very of their time or they're like a timeless classic.
Yeah, yeah. And like it doesn't feel like really old, but then it doesn't feel like really fresh. It's kind of like, but it can kind of float where the comedy and all the like the writing and all the action or whatever is going on in the show is still very like entertaining, or it doesn't feel like too much has changed. It's just kind of like just the drawing or the warmness or whatever, the different styles I guess kind of change. And that's the only way you can kind of feel the age of this.
Yeah, and
2003.
yeah, 2008 for a long time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So
And
that's
going
that's the
back to
manga.
your yeah, that's
Okay, go
fine.
ahead.
Going back to your when you talked about like how it felt America like newspaper comic strippy,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it kind of was
Oh,
formatted. So
yeah.
kind of think of how those were like square blocks.
Yeah.
Ours was left to right, but for manga it's kind of up and down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was kind of in that format,
I,
panel wise.
man, I knew something. I could feel it, I could just kind of feel it
Yeah.
as watching it. Yeah, that makes I feel proud a little bit actually that I picked that up. Like without unprompted.
You should be
I'm
proud
learning.
of yourself.
Yeah, I'm
You're
proud of myself.
yeah,
I'm
you're
learning.
proud of yourself. And so this was put ahead like so it came out and it was first published in Kadokawa's Shoten magazine called Comptic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on that one and then it like appeared in a lot of other Kadokawa's magazines like Shonen Ace, New Type, Comp Ace.
Mm-hmm.
It was like all across like their magazines and stuff. And it had about like five spin-offs of mangas.
What?
There's so many
Is
like
Powerpuff Girls
spin-offs.
one of them? Is
Of course,
Power?
I don't know. I
I
gotta
gotta
look
look
more
this up.
into that.
Like, cause it's not. I mean, I watched a little bit of Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah.
and it's got to be inspired by something. And I'm guessing Powerpuff Girls is American, but somebody watched this and went
Somebody
like,
saw this. Yeah.
you know what? I
Somebody
like
read this.
this.
Somebody saw this and was like, you know what? I like this. I'm gonna make an American version of
Yeah, let's have them kick
it.
butt though.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And so yeah, it was all across the board there. Had a lot of spin-offs, but it went on hiatus in November of 2014. And that was due because Yoshimitsu, the creator, started working on a new project, so he put it on hiatus at the time in 2014. And then it came back in November of 2022. Picked it back up.
Dang. Yo. Like, okay, wait, you're talking about the manga
The
itself, not
manga,
like,
yeah.
okay. That's wild. I mean,
Yeah, he went on like almost an 8 year hiatus. Which
I
is kind of like if you once you get into like manga and anime and stuff like that,
mm-hmm,
you'll get to the ones where they go on hiatus. Like I don't know, a famous one's called Hunter x Hunter. That one's
mm-hmm,
famous for going on hiatus. There's a lot of memes about that. There's other ones like One Piece. I think it's about to go on hiatus.
mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Super is about to go on hiatus. But there'll be times where they go on hiatus just because they start working on something else that they want to work on, or like they're taking a break. Hey, I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm gonna be gone for like a month or a week or whatever. Yeah.
Are you okay, so I don't know anything about anything really. And I have the papers to prove it. But comic books, like American comic books, do they do
Yeah.
this kind of stuff too? I mean, because they do it in issues, and they're kind of just dropping them. They're not dropping them on the regular. They just drop them whenever they get them done, or because like, what's the equivalent? Is there an equivalent where the only thing I could think of is you know we're watching a show and they're gonna whatever show we're watching, they say, oh well, the next season will be out in 2 years,
Yeah.
or but they're not technically on hiatus. They're just kind of like producing it. I'm trying to think of anybody else that would be doing something, they're writing it, it's really popular, people love it, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna take like an 8 year break and come back to it later. You know what I'm saying? Like, is
Yeah.
there's no American equivalent to that. There's
I don't think there is. I'm not sure.
like, what I'm talking about? It just doesn't
Yeah.
seem, but it's a whole different world, that whole
I
like the whole
mean, I
manga
guess
world.
the only one I would say is George R. R. Martin. Right
Okay.
now,
Okay, yeah, you know what? I get that. Like, writers,
show's done. It's been done. We still
yeah.
haven't gotten a book.
No book. He's like, you know what? Y'all saw this. Y'all saw
Y'all
the
saw
last
the show.
season. You saw
Yeah.
this last. You're fine. Get over it. Yeah, I'm tired of writing. I made my money. Maybe, yeah, 8 years. Maybe it is 8 years. How long has it been?
Yeah.
How long has it been?
Oh, I don't
Has
know.
it
When did this end?
the
Hold
last
on.
season? It's been 8 years
Let's
probably.
see.
Maybe we're waiting on. He needs a collaborator. Get one of these writers. These anime writers. One of these
Get a
manga.
ghostwriter. Yeah, or get
Yeah,
a ghostwriter.
get
Get
a get
some.
a manga writer out there, and just like, hey, how about we get some pink and purple haired girls out there? They kick butt,
I
and there's a
think it was
spinoff.
2019.
2019. Okay, well,
I
yeah. I
think.
mean, he
Let's
needs to get
see.
on it. He needs to get on it, because if Kagami could come back 8 years later and pick it up,
Yeah.
does that mean that they're gonna start making more manga? I mean, more anime out of this stuff, or?
I'm not sure because I've been trying to find this manga to see if it's still ongoing.
How many episodes are we talking about with this Lucky Star? Is it like?
So when it comes to the anime came out in April of 2007, and it aired all the way till September of 2007, totaling out to 24 episodes.
Well, that's not a lot at all then, right? I mean,
No.
from in comparison to the source material and how long the manga ran. So, interesting.
Yeah,
It,
but so it is an interesting fact. So from episodes 1 to 4, the series was directed by Yutaka Yamamoto,
hmm
but he got replaced after episode 4. And he got replaced by Yoshihiro Takemoto. He replaced him as the director for the rest of the series. And from what I gathered, the official report of why Yamamoto got replaced was because the studio, and that was studio was Kyoto Animation, who was the one producing this,
uh
said that Yamamoto wasn't at the standard of director yet. So they basically fired him.
Hmm. I wonder if you can feel it, like in the show, like if it really
If you
does.
feel the change. Well, I
Yeah,
think
if
if you
you feel
watch
the
episode
change,
4 and watch episode 5, I think
you
that
might
would give you,
like an indication to
yeah.
see. Hmm. I might just have to do that. I can get a little bit further into this. This is only 24 episodes.
Yeah.
Just to see it, like to see it shift, to see if really a director does make a big difference in producing.
producing the key animation, stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, because like anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like either somebody gets fired or passes away or stuff like that. Like there'll be differences or subtleties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You can
yeah.
see the directions. Like look at Avatar: The Last Airbender. Look how much
Oh,
different it is
oh,
from the other one.
yeah, 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 yeah. The show from the movie,
Yeah.
or yeah, 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 yeah. I get you. I get you.
Which,
That makes sense. That
by the
makes
way,
sense.
I I do love M. Night Shyamalan. I love his movies,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
that one was a tough one.
Man, it really.
It was so tough.
I'm thankful that these new live actions are coming out and people are receiving them well, because
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the first episode,
I heard
and
it's good.
it was pretty good. I liked it. I would give it to them. Like
Uh,
they do change some stuff here and there because
mm-hmm,
they kind of do the whole kind of Russian a little bit because it seems like they're trying to like because I think the original was like 24 episodes or something, and so it seems like they're trying to condense it into a shorter time span. So they're changing little stuff here and there, but for the most part, like the fighting and the choreographing and like the
mm-hmm.
actual like seeing them use the bending, it looks really good.
You know, it makes me think. This show is the Lucky Star is so what's the word I'm looking for? Dialogue driven. That it's one of the ones that I think we've talked about how like well can some of this translate as an anime into a live action? And this one seems like it probably could lend itself pretty because it's just written. I think it's just like there's there doesn't seem to be any kind of departure like that you would have to have in order to get this to translate. As long as the comedic writing and all the timing is still good, you could still have this kind of like. I mean, it's practically Seinfeld. It really is.
Yeah,
I wasn't really making a joke about it. I was like, "Look, this is like Seinfeld, where they're just kind of like they get bogged down in some of these mundane situations and conversations, which we all kind of have." And I think that's what the
yeah,
relatable part of it is. Like you do kind of get to talking to your friends about some
yeah. Just
silliness and
silliness, random
about
stuff.
nothing really, and you just
Yeah.
kind of, you're
Like
just that's
imagine all the
just
conversations we've had. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember some of the times where we were at practice and we were just laughing for 20 minutes straight,
about
just
nothing,
about nothing.
about nothing. Somebody said something dumb
Yeah,
or said something like the wrong way or
yeah,
just made a silly joke, and it was about nothing, and you had to be there,
yeah. You
like you really
had to
had
be
to
there.
be
Yeah, it
there.
was all those you had to be there
Yeah,
moments.
yeah, and I think that's what this is kind of feeling there, like lucky star.
So real life, so easy going every day that they
Yeah.
made a live concert for it too.
I don't understand that at all. I don't understand a lot of things, Joe Angel. I don't know what space opera means. I don't know what live concert is.
So, back in March of 2009 at Budokan, they made a live concert called Lucky Star in Budokan, Anata no Tame Dakara. And it was just a concert featuring various cast members, and it was hosted by Hiromi Kono, who's the voice of Akira Kogami. And they actually released a DVD of it too.
Are they
So
like singing or are they just like upstage talking?
I guess it is just like kind of like musical almost, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's
like
wild.
going into this, there's like if you read the synopsis,
Hmm.
it seems like there is nothing you can get out of it, but they have so much that came out of that. Like there was the stage play, the concert.
Hmm.
They have a video game that was on the
What?
Nintendo DS.
N- I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I don't get a lot of these things. Why are kids, wearing Jinkos again? I don't understand it.
Why is that boy wearing his pants backwards?
Yeah, I don't get it. Why is that kid wearing his hat backwards? Why is
Backwards.
everything backwards,
Backwards.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, once again, you just do it.
Just
Japan just does it. You're like, hey, does anybody like this? I don't know, but we're gonna do it anyway.
it's
Give
like
them a concert.
whoever has an idea, they're like do it. Just
Do
do
it.
it.
Yes, yes. What was the idea? I don't know. Don't finish.
They
Just
have
yes.
the Shia LaBeouf "Just Do It" playing in the background of every studio, and everybody's just like, "Yes, yes, Shia, I will
Yeah.
do it." Should I make a video game out of this nonsense
Yes.
anime? Yes, do it. Yes, Shia, I will.
I will do it, Shia. It's just a stamp. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, approved, approved. Get it. Here's some money. Because that it costs money. Like
Yeah.
are these people not thinking about their return on investment? Did they make their money back, or is everybody just like losing money? Like we shouldn't have made this video game. I don't know what we're doing in the video game. You're just having
You
conversations,
should
and
you just
and you
pressing
get
A the whole time.
it's the part of Zelda where you just walk
Yeah,
up and talk to like a villager, and
yeah.
that's the whole thing.
That's
There,
the whole
no
thing.
fighting, just conversations. Click
You're
conversation. Click
at
conversation.
every last level of Mario, just
Yeah,
reading the princess isn't here. The princess
yeah.
isn't here. The princess isn't here.
Where's the princess?
Yes.
Here, the princess is tired. The
Yeah.
princess, yeah, you're just having conversations. But you know what? Actually, there probably are. I mean, isn't that what Animal Crossing is? No, no hate to
Yeah.
Animal Crossing lovers, but you're just kind.
Pretty
No,
much.
but they're doing no, they're doing stuff in Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
They're like
you're building the island. Like
you're
you have to
building
build
a,
an
you
island. You
got
have to like
you're
get
taking
people to
care of a
move there. You're
garden.
building
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
infrastructure. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like-
yeah. No, no, no. You're just having conversations,
Yeah,
just like
you're
just
just talking.
talking. I win.
I win.
I I talk the best. I don't. How does a game like that end? I don't know. But I'm downloading it.
Downloaded it.
Give it to me.
Oh man, all
Oh
right.
man.
Speaking of talk, let's get into that guac talk.
Yeah, let's guac talk this bad boy. I mean, you already know, Joe Rachel. It's just slice of life, man. Slice of life. Here's the issue. In
It's too
2024,
real.
yeah, it's too real. We're 2024. I need to escape. I need to escape.
The impending doom.
Impending doom. There's a solar eclipse that's going to you're going to be able to see Mars, Venus, and also the comet that is heading towards Earth. And if we don't get Bruce Willis in a
Dude,
spacecraft to
Bruce
blow that
Willis,
thing in
Steve
half,
Buscemi,
they
Ben
need to
Affleck.
they need to drill a hole and detonate that nuke so that we can split this. I got too many things on my mind to be watching just such mundane conversations. I need an aircraft.
I need an
I need
escape.
I need
I need
lasers.
to be plugged into the Matrix.
I I need to learn kung fu. I need I need that internet drug.com that they're giving old
Oh,
Metallic Rouge.
Metallic Rouge.
Like, it's almost, I'm not there yet. I'm not weeb level, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like you're the only person that I know that knows this much about anime, and I still very, I mean, we've barely scratched the surface. I need to talk to somebody else and go like, have you seen Lucky Star? Is it like
Start asking.
yeah, just start. Have you ever seen that? What do you think about that? It's just it's so mundane. But you know what? It does go down easy though. Like I could just like put it on, if I put it on in the dub too, and just like let it go while I'm like, folding clothes.
It is one of those ones that it's good to you can just throw on in the background when you need something.
Yeah, I just need
Yeah.
somebody to, feel like someone is in the house,
Yeah.
so you don't feel like, your mind doesn't go crazy.
So
I
that
don't.
loneliness doesn't get you.
Yeah, the lunacy doesn't get us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, 1 out of 5 chocolate
One out of
corn.
five. Yeah, 1 out of 5 chocolate
I will
cornets.
tell you this though. I'm gonna be trying to look for a chocolate cornet. Chocolate cornet. I'm gonna try to find. I don't know where you get them. There's got to be somewhere I can either probably order it online or find a place in a bigger city that does this, and I'll
Anime
report
Mans, if
back.
you know, leave the drop the
Drop.
location in the
Yeah,
comments.
give me a
Drop the Addy in the
location.
comments. That's what it is. Drop the Addy.
Oh man, we're so young.
Oh, it's so
We're
yeah,
so
super
young.
young, man.
Oh, so young. We
My
know
eyesight's
words.
fine.
It's I got my sciatica. That doesn't even hurt. I don't
It's
even have
24.
sciatica.
It's 2024, but I got 20/20 vision, dog.
I can see. I can see.
I
I can
can
see
see.
at night. I
Yeah.
don't know. Nothing's blurry. I'm gonna have to give this one a 2. It's probably it's not that I don't love it, not that I didn't like some, not that I didn't laugh out loud at that Guile situation. That whole fight scene was hilarious. Some of the conversations I found amusing, but as far as like watching 24 episodes of this, I don't think I can commit to it. I just don't think I can. This is gonna be the first of very few animes that I go,
Probably won't go back to that.
yeah, I probably won't return to it. Not when I have Solo Leveling to catch up on, or not when I have, Zom 100. Like not when I have other animes that have piqued my interest. Also, I need explosions. I just need the explosions. I need fire. I need
I've
laser
seen too many
beams.
Michael Bay movies to be sitting around watching this.
This is true. This is true. I need blue space people. I need blue space people trying to find something they can't obtain in space.
I
It's
need
called
obtainium, not
I need
unobtainium.
unobtainium. I need it. I can't obtain this. I don't want to obtain this though. Two and a half coronets. That's where I'm at, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't know where you are on this. Do you want to tell, or do you not? Do you want to just leave it
uh,
oblivious?
I'm sitting. I'll
You
give
more
it a
you
3.
yeah, you like slice of life more than I
Yeah,
do, of course. I mean, because you
I'll
have
give it
your
3 cornets. Because, like I
mm-hmm,
said, I do like Slice Life,
mm-hmm.
but this one is just like so random and it's just it's
And
there. I
yeah,
would say it's there.
it's probably not for us,
Yeah.
and that's what
And
we
yeah, that's the thing. That's part of this too. Is finding stuff that's for us, but also finding stuff that's not for us, and just so that you could feel like what our taste is, but also because there's, like I said, there's so many stuff we barely scratch the surface of
dude,
anime of how
um,
many there is.
you know,
Like I saw a video the other day where a guy was talking about like how many there are right now,
hmm
and as of right now, we still wouldn't be able to watch it in a single lifetime with the stuff that's out
oh,
right now.
dude, I saw like a little like tiny meme about like what was it, like top grossing animes in the world.
Yeah.
And Pokemon is up there, and it's like some 98 billion, and
Yeah.
then it listed like 10 of them, and I knew one other, and it was Dragon Ball Z, and the rest of them I was like, never heard of it, never heard of
Never
it,
heard of it.
never heard of
Never
it.
heard of it.
Don't know it, don't know who you are, don't know who you are. Like I
New
didn't
phone, who
know.
this?
Really. I'm like, so there's something for everybody out there. We're not dogging it, not saying that you shouldn't watch it, but
We're just giving you insight on what you're looking at. But if
maybe
it
you might love
sounds
it.
interesting, and always too, like we said, part of this is just leaving comments to let us know what you think about it because we want to know how y'all feel about it, and
Yeah.
maybe you can entice us to go back and give it another shot. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. You let us know if after episode 5 or 4 it really picks up.
Yeah,
So I want to know.
let us know how that directorial change happened.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that Snyder cut. Did they get Zack Snyder on
Give me
that?
that Snyder cut, man.
He's
Give me
episode 5 through 24. It's all Snyder,
all black and white.
all black and white. We're talking, scary. That's it.
Oh man, I forgot what movie. I think it was the Dune movie, Dune Part Two.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I think they said I was watching a podcast the other day, and they were talking about, I guess, one of the costume designs, and they had to like look at it through a camera, in a certain, I think, tone they were gonna shoot in. I think they said the costume designer was using a camera that had that tone to work on the costumes they were using for that scene to make sure like it would match perfectly. Yeah, so I was like, oh man, I need to go watch this. I need to go watch part two. Which I really do need to go. I want to go watch it because I've heard nothing but good things about it.
You know what? Maybe I'll go back and watch it too. Oh, but
Hey,
okay. Anyways, enough sides. Enough sides.
that's size, guys. Let's end this podcast. And that is our episode. And that is Lucky Star. And guess what? I did April Fool's South because I knew this was going to be a horrible one for him. I knew he was going to rank it low.
Yeah, it's a good joke. It's a good joke. You got me. You got me.
Wasted your time.
What a waste of my time. What a waste of my time.
All right, guys. Well, that is our episode for today. And as always, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about it. Let us know how you're feeling so far about the animes that we've covered. And if you've gone back to them, if we need to go back to one you think. And like I said, leave options too. Leave. What am I trying to? What's the words, guys? I'm over.
Leave
I
some
can't read it. Recommendations.
recommendations.
There you go, guys. Leave us recommendations in the comments because you never know, we might pick it up and destroy it. Just kidding. It might be good.
Of course, of course.
But and hit the like and share button. And like we said, let people know who you're trying to get an anime. Let them know our podcast. Give them a go. Say, hey, there's these guys. You don't know what they're talking about. Talking about anime. Go watch it, or not watch it. Listen to it. Listen to it. Go
Listen to
listen
it.
to them. See if they can get you into it.
Though maybe do you want to watch it? Like,
See,
should we get some cameras on it? Should
should
I
we get
get
cameras?
some?
Let us know. Yeah, let us know if you
Yeah.
want cameras on this,
Do you
because
want
you
to
never know.
see me face? Like, do I need to put some lights behind
Do you
me?
want to see how confused Sal looks?
You don't want to see me confused. You don't want to. You don't want to see. You know how
You
you
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
see
see. Yeah, you don't want to see Incredible Hulk
me.
angry. Angry. You want
Yeah,
to see me confused. That's.
you want to see me when I'm confused.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right, guys. And as always, follow us on Instagram and for now at TikTok at Anime Mepod, where we post clips of our upcoming episodes, and hit the like and share buttons there. And as always, keep being kind. And we've made it to month number 4 of 2024, guys.
Yeah.
And it can only go uphill from here. Right? Right. Think positive.
Yeah.
That's how we get through this year.
Yeah.
Positive
Yeah.
thinking.
Nothing but love, baby.
Nothing but love. And with that, we will see you on the next one. Sayonara.
Peace.